You know, content in Ohio gets very dry over the winter because it's cold as hell out and there's frozen over lakes. Fish don't bite when it isn't frozen. But I was wondering, I was like, you know, what can I do for content? And I was like, oh, you do cliche this, cliche that, cliche tackle room tour. And I was like, you know what? Let's post a poll on Instagram. Let's see, should I do a bass cave walkthrough? 100% yes. How many people's that? That's quite a few votes for yes. Vamonos. Let's go. Did I mention it's cold out? Shameless plug. Alright. Made it home. Standing in the corner by the deep freeze, so not to spoil anything, but I'm gonna spoil something else. That bag right there. Basement's an absolute mess, but that bag right there, that's another video coming up. That's actually a vessel that will be coming into play this year a little bit. But right behind me, right next to all the suitcases underneath the stairs in the basement is a little bass cave corner dungeon thing. I don't even know how I would describe this. It's an absolute train wreck. It's a mess. It's claustrophobic, but it works. Without further ado, check out the Bass Corner Cave thing. This is the Bass Corner. We got a light right there, shines down all of this. Right here, trusty folding chair, 5-gallon bucket. That's our trash can. Tackle, too much tackle, too much tackle, more tackle. Why is it out of focus? I don't know. And then all of our rods are right there. But let's dive into it a little bit more in depth. The lighting's pretty weird down here just because this light, I put it like straight above where I'm usually working down here, so it's gonna seem like I'm behind the light sometimes, or actually a lot of the time. But we're gonna start off with this pegboard. I had a bunch of soft plastics on it last year. I redid the way I'm storing soft plastics for this year. So for right now, this pegboard is pretty empty. Just a bunch of miscellaneous hooks I use a lot, bunch of flipping hooks, and then a bunch of worm hooks. Just an easy way for me to see what I need to stock up on. I'm pretty good on 5/0 offset worm hooks, but for example, you know, might say, oh, I only got 2 packs of the heavier stupid tube hooks. But these were actually, this was my first time using these last year, was these Great Lakes Finesse underspins. A little bit smaller, more finessey. I got 3 of them because I like those a lot. But this kind of goes down here into this first little cabinet here, so to speak. I'm actually gonna sit down because it's probably easier to see. So this is me holding the camera right at my point of view when I'm sitting. So this is almost like a little desktop for me almost. These are boxes I'm going to be taking with me out on the water as soon as it unthaws. So for example, jerk baits. Open it up. Got a bunch of sweet jerk baits in there ready to chuck around. Hopefully catch some big old small jaws. But at the bottom of the board, just some pegs with stuff I use a lot. Some Blue Rock vibrating jigs, green pumpkin. Need to snag some more of those. I got a very over the top big Blue Rock order, as well as a bunch of random stuff like hooks, weights, some new baits to try for the year. Tackle warehouse basically order coming, so expect those videos soon. Here we got some big swim baits just hanging. These are the mag drafts. Everybody knows them, everybody loves them. Catch absolute giants, but as soon as you lose that clamshell, they're kind of hard to store, so I just have them hanging on a peg. And then back here, behind all these rods, something new for this year. Trick shad. Picked up 2 of them. People say, oh, that's a big bait. What are you going to catch on that? Big smallmouth. And we're using it in Texas, which I'll get to that later in the video. Working our way down from the pegboard, we got all of these tubware bins. We got a whole bunch over here too. And if you can't tell, we got soft plastics in them. I went through, labeled all these. These are literally 6-quart tubs. I bought them at Walmart. 10 come in a pack for 10 bucks. So I got 20 tubware bins ready to roll, full of soft plastics. That way, when I'm going to a tournament far away, or I'm going to Erie, Texas, Tennessee, Virginia, I can just say, you know what, we're going to be throwing Ned rigs a lot. Let me grab that box and just throw the whole thing in the truck, and I know I have all my Ned rigs with me. So this is kind of split into 2 sections almost. So this very, very top shelf, hard baits, jigs, stuff like that. Everything down here is soft baits, except for the exception of, got some terminal tackle right there. But we're going to start at the bottom. We're going to work our way up. But with that being said, the bottom is not, there's not a whole lot going on right there. That is all empty boxes. This is how I used to keep all of my soft plastics, and well, in these deep 3700s we grew out of that pretty quick. That's why I switched to all of these tubs. I can see what I got. I can look in them very, very easily. So I mean, you see the Senko box, look in there, wonder what's gonna be right there. Oh, it's all those Senkos. Or you look in the Rage Swimmer and Gilly box, we got Gillies and Rage Swimmers in there, you know. So I don't know, I just think it takes up a little bit more room per lure, I guess, but I think at the end of the day it's more efficient. We'll go through a few of these. This one's got like a random one, big swim baits, big Joshy type stuff. Throwing those a little bit. Those look freaking juicy. I interrupt this video to bring you guys an announcement. Me and Brian Slayton, also known as the Creek Crawler, you know, I'm sure some of you guys have heard the drama with me and the other Ohio guys in the kayak Bassmaster Classic. I'm not going to Texas this year, but me and Brian are still going to Texas for the Kayak Adventure Series 1-day tournament in Paris, Texas, North Texas. About a month from right now, end of March, we're going to be fishing in Texas for 3 days straight, trying to catch a PB, trying to catch a limit, trying to win some money. So it's going to be an absolute blast. Follow me on Instagram at OKBassin. It's way easier for me to post on there, so I post it a lot more often on there. And you can follow Brian at the_creek_crawler. So Creek Crawler, OKBassin, going to Texas end of March, catch some absolute freaking slaunches. Back to the tackle tour. Got those at the Great Lakes Show. Speed worms. You guys think I like throwing speed worms? We got a lot in there. Toads, trick worms, shaky head worms. Showed you guys kind of the swim baits here and the Senkos. Up here we got crawls. It's probably a 7-pound bin there of soft plastics. I mean, it is absolutely filled with the brim. That's pretty solid there. Filled to the brim with crawls. Same thing for the D-shad fluke box, flipping baits, and curl tail worms. But that's all the tubs. Over here I got just stuff I mean, honestly, this is stuff back from when I was like 12, or old ways of storing plastics. So I used to keep all my drop shot stuff out of the bag. So this is one big drop shot box full of old, gobies, shad shaped worms, a go box I made to fish the islands on Erie. Down here, that's a Rage box. Got a whole bunch of rage crawls, some rage bugs right there. And then right here, these three are all terminal tackle with this. So this one, flipping box, you open it up. Got a lot of the flipping hooks and stuff out here, some tungsten up there. So there's not a whole lot in here, but old lead weights, a lot of bobber stops are in there. Hooks, it's a hook box, 2/0, 3/0, 4/0, 5/0, plus a bunch of bags in there and some bigger swim bait hooks. And then more of my finesse box. Got some drop shot hooks, Nico, whatever you call it, weights, drop shot weights. I really need to redo the way I store my terminal tackle because, you know, I'm amassing quite a lot, and those 3600 boxes they can only cut it for so long. But moving up here, this is all of the hard baits, all of spinner baits. I bought a new spinnerbait box this year. Spinnerbaits, buzzbaits, all this big guy here. And then what I plan on doing is using the old one that I used last year. This will be kind of like our day-to-day box. So we'll take what we want from there, put them in here, and then this will be the box that goes on the kayak. But whole bunch of stuff. I mean, top water. You got top water stuff. I'm a labeling freak, so I know what's in it. The one I haven't labeled is the one that's brand new. Look at that. That is going to be, that's going to be the Texas box right there. Throw those guys out deep or skip some docks with them. But big swim baits there. Chatterbait box, all different kinds of chatterbaits. You guys think I like throwing chatterbaits? Got a whole bunch in there. Square bills, lipless, deep divers, swim jigs. $10.99 box. Look at that one. That one's cool. $10.99 box. Told you guys I need to restock, but that one's pretty picked apart there. Got a whole bunch of colors. You can tell what colors they were absolutely chewing this year because well, there's only one natural crawl left in there. And there's only 3 green pumpkins. I started with 10, so definitely going to be dropping quite the bag over at bluerocktackle.com. But use code OKBassin, save yourself 10%. I know I will, because well, as much as I'm fixing to spend, that's going to be about 40 bucks. But that's really all there is to it. I just kind of stacked these up here like this. You got spinner baits, all my tubs, and then when I'm sitting here in this chair, it's literally all in arm's reach for the tackle. And then conveniently, rods are right here. Told you guys we bought one of Trick Shad's. Got that guy tied on right there. Starting to tie on some stuff for Texas. Got some new rods. If you guys want me to make a video going over some of this stuff, just drop a comment. I'd be more than happy to. Content's running dry. It's cold. New flipping stick for Texas. New spinning rod. Got a swim jig on there. A little triple threat finesse jig. Catch some big Ohio cold fish. And an A-rig. Just to scratch the top of it. But that's really it for Owen's tackle basement here. Keep the kayak upstairs in the garage, obviously, but there's no tackle on it right now, so this is what it is. I guess I can talk to you guys about my system I use for taking this stuff upstairs to the kayak real quick. Definitely is going to change because the newer kayak, bigger kayak, room to store stuff. But last year I used these empty 3600 boxes to keep my soft plastics in. Just pile them in there. And then I'd keep a crankbait box, jig and spinnerbait box, and then a terminal box or two. And then I have room now to kind of just throw some random stuff in. So I'm bringing the entire jerkbait box and another soft plastic box there. Those look good. Those are gonna catch some fish for me. But that's gonna do it for the tackle basement. I kind of flew through it just because there is so much stuff down here. If you guys want me to make an in-depth video series going through, you know, rod and reel arsenal, just drop a comment. I'd be more than happy to do that. I just don't know if that's something you guys want to see or take the time to watch. I'll be more than willing to go through some of this tackle, show you guys some of the stuff, but like I said, there was just so much to cover today, we had to keep it going. But I appreciate you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. I know whenever I see like a bass cave video or tackle room tour, I always click on it. I always find it interesting just to see what other people are doing or get ideas from them. And honestly, that's where I got the idea to go to Walmart and buy a bunch of these bins to keep all my crawls in. So hopefully you guys learned something. Maybe I inspired you guys to redo the way you store your tackle. I appreciate you guys for watching. Thank you guys for clicking on the video. See you on the next one. Peace.